we will express the value of a fraction to its ratio and then to its proportion, then ratio to fraction, vice versa. And we will define what is fraction ratio through drawings and pictures to identify the meaning of a fraction, the ratio and proportion, and to change fraction to ratio. But first, we will define what is fraction. A fraction is a number that names part of a whole or part of a group. So, names the part of a whole. So, that is called fraction. The fraction has a numerator and denominator. Like example, 4 over 7. The 4 is our numerator, which tells about only the part. And 7 is denominator. It tells about the whole or the total number in all. So called denominator. So we can change this to ratio, but before that, we will first familiarize the meaning of ratio. Ratio provides a comparison of two or more numbers, usually separated by a colon. Colon is yung dalawang point dot. And as what kanina, fraction 4 over 7 can be convert into ratio. But how? So first, the numerator is the antecedent, the first number 4. So write first the 4 and using the semicolon, write the second number, the denominator. So that is the ratio. And then we can change again to ratio vice versa. 4 to 7 into ratio. So the first number is the numerator, the second number is the denominator. That is fraction. So sa ratio, again, tells about comparison. You are comparing the two numbers, while the fraction, it has a numerator and denominator that tells about the parts, and denominator as a whole, the total number. So sa ratio also, that indicates their sizes. Meron siyang size that in relation to each other. So again, we will proportion. What is proportion? So a proportion is an equation that shows the equality of two ratios. So meron siyang dalawang ratio. So like this illustration. E is to B is equal to C is to D. So sa proportion, mayroon siyang two parts, the means and the extremes. So i-multiply mo yan, B times C equals, that is called means, and E times D, that is our extremes. So sa proportion, usually mayroon siyang equal sign sa two fraction. Ito siya. Ganyan ang proportion. Ganyan, look at. And then, so, mayroon to siyang two parts nga gi-multiply, but we can use another method which is cross multiply. Do you know it? How to do it? Like this. Cross multiply. So, how to cross multiply? So, kanina, sinabi na nga, mayroon ito yung letters, E is to B, C is to D. I-change naman natin to fraction. Ito na yon, A over B times C over D. So, cross multiply. So, it means to say that the means and the extremes, the product of its means and extremes are equal. So, that is called proportion, kay equal nga ang dalawang ratio kasi mayroon siyang dalawang ratio or else change of fraction, mayroon siyang dalawang fraction. So, kailangan equal. Kung hindi siya equal, so, hindi siya matatawag na proportion. Right? So, another example, another drawings here. Look at the circle. Mayroon siyang tatlong circle. So, the total circle is 3. So, 3 ang ating denominator. So, bakit 1? Kasi only 1 red and dito 2/3. Because only 2 are green but the whole are 3. So, denominator natin is 3. So, we can use this, as I said, we can check if it is this two fraction are proportion using cross multiply. So kanina sabi natin may E is to B. So, i-change natin sa ginawa natin fraction. So, fraction naman talaga ito. So, fraction. So, E is to B. So, ang value sa A dito is 1 and the value of B is 3. So, ang C, the value of C is 2 and the D is 3. So, we will cross multiply. 1 times 3 equals 3 and 3 times 2 equals 6. So, we can see, so, hindi pa yun matatapos. We have to simplify using greatest common factor. What is greatest common factor? Think of a number na makadivide siya both 3 and 6. So, hindi yung maliit na number, the greatest number, yung pinakamalaki na makadivide. So, 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So, the answer is 1/2. Can we change 1/2 to ratio? Yes or no? Yes, we can change 1/2 into ratio by writing first the first number, numerator 1, and use the colon, dalawang tuldok, colon yan, and write 2, which is our denominator. Understand? And we can use also yung extremes and means. Ito yun. So, 1/3 equals to 2/3. So, 3 and 2, our means is equal to 6. And 1 times 3, our extremes. So, ito yun. 3/6 divided by 3. Again, our GCF is 1/2. So, change to ratio. 1 is paano? So, 1 is to 2. Again, can we change 1 is to 2 again to fraction? Yes or no? Yes, we can change to fraction equal to 1/2. Understand? Another example here. How many hearts are there? There are 4 hearts. So, kaya 4 ang mga denominator ba? But, their colors are different. So, we will compare their color. So, ito dito 1 and dito 3. So, we will check if it is proportion to each other. So, fraction niya. So, ito yung E is to B, C, and D. Ito yung mga value niya. 1 times 4, 4. 4 times 3, 12. So, GCF, you think of a number, greatest number that can be divided this numerator and denominator. 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. 12 divided by 4 is equals to 3. Can we change 1/3? We have 1/3 fraction. Can we change 1/3 to ratio? Yes or no? Yes, so we can change. So it is 1 is to 3. The numerator, use the semicolon, and denominator. Kuha nyo. So it looks like this. This is the ratio. Ito yun siya, 1/3. So the next illustration is here. The next drawing, ito yun. 3/5, bakit 3? May tatlo yung color red. And the whole circle, the total circle is 5. So, 5 din ang denominator niya. Pero dalawa lang ang green. So, 2/5. So, can we change 3/5 to 2/15? 5th, 3 over 5th, and 2 over 5. To ratio, yes, you can change that. Is here. So, yan siya. 3 is to 5 and equals to 2 is to 5. Bakit may equals? Kasi we will check these two fraction are proportionate to each other or equal to each other. So, 5 times 2 equals 10. Ito yung 10. O, dito na siya. 3 times 5, 15. Ito na siya. This is the extreme. So, think of a number. GCF, 15 divided by 5 is equals to 3. And 10 divided by 5 is equals to 2. So, focus. Look at. So, can we change 3 over 2 to fraction? Rather, ratio? Yes, we can change. So, how to change it? Write first the numerator. This one. Ito na siya. Like, and then in denominator is 2. Ito na siya. 3 is to 2. Change again to fraction. 3 over 2. Ito na siya. Okay, the last drawings. How many in all? All the circles. We have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, 11 ang denominator nila. So, 4 are the color red. 7 are the color green. O, kita nyo? 4 over 11. 7 over 11. So, we will use yung means and extremes. Change to ratio. 4. This is our what we call AB. AB and CD. Diba? Yun ang pagkuha sa proportion. Yung E is to B equals C over D. So, ito na yun. 4 is to 11 equals to 7. 7 is to 11. So, cross multiply. 11 times 7 equals 77. And 4 times 11 equals 44. So, simplify it. So, GCF is 11. 44 divided by 11 is 4. 4, our numerator, the antecedent. And 77 divided by 11 is 7. Kuha. Can we change 4 over 7 to ratio? Kasi fraction to. Yes or no? Yes, we can change this by writing first. Ito na siya. The numerator, 4. And denominator is 7. So, change again to fraction. 4 over 7. Diba? Madali lang. Look at. Ito siya. Ang method na ito is cross multiply. Cross multiply natin. So, ganito pa rin ang labas. 4 over 7. 4 times 11 equals 44. 11 times 7 equals 77. So, divide by 11. 4 over 7. Ganyan lang. Ganyan lang ang look at, focus. Another example is ito. Question. Ano ang question? Ito pala. Ito pala, this one. Question is what is the ratio of yellow color to orange color? A, B is to 11. B, 5 is to 16. So, ito yung picture. What is the ratio of color yellow to color orange? So, how many, what is your answer? B or A? So, the correct answer is A. 5 is to 11, not the wrong answer is 5 over 16. Why? Because the question is the ratio of color orange and yellow. Orange and yellow. So, yellow is 5 and 11 is the orange. Right? So, hindi siya 5 over 16. Naisip nyo ba ang 5 over 16? Kasi 16 ito lahat niya. Tapos, kinuluran ng 5. Pwede siya kung ang tanong niya is what is its fractional part. Fraction ang hiningi. So, kung fraction, ang answer is 5 of itong B, 5 over 16. Because because 5, because the question is asking about the ratio. If we talk about the ratio, so we will compare the two color. The two color has its corresponding number, so we will compare. So we will give its number. So because the question is asking about the ratio of two colors, the yellow and the orange. If the question is asking the fractional part of the whole, the answer will be your B, 5/16. Did you get? Question. I have my question first. Okay, what is this? What is the answer of this? This one. A number that names part of a whole or a group or a part of a group. What is the answer? Fraction, ratio, or proportion? The answer is fraction. Because, tandaan nyo, mayroon siyang number that names part of a whole or a part of a group. Ito, nag-comparison siya. Provides a comparison of two or more numbers usually separated by colon. What is the answer? Ratio, proportion, or fraction? The answer is ratio. Provides a comparison, so gi-compare mo ang dalawang numbers or any variables, either material, basta nag-comparing siya, that is called ratio. If we talk about the equation, kung may equation na siya, that shows that the equality of two ratio, mayroon siyang dalawang ratio, kung tinitest nyo kung equal ba yung dalawang ratio na yon. So what do you call that? That is a fraction, a ratio, or proportion. That tells about the equation. Tapos may dalawang ratio. What do you call that? Tapos equal siya, mayroon siyang equality. The two ratio are equal. What do you call that? And separated by the equal sign. Mayroon siyang equal sign. And we can use the two parts, the means and the extremes. And we can use also the cross multiply. What we will use? What kind of word is that? Is it fraction, ratio, or proportion? The answer is proportion.